I've never seen a dog who sheds more hair than my dog, covered in hair. You look at all the front of book matter, the half title page, the acknowledgement page, should be at the back, the table of contents, the foreword, the introduction, and the research clearly shows the majority of book buyers usually don't read most or even any of that stuff. But you know what our testing says over 80% of people do read? The dedication. That seemingly unimportant, you'd think to the readers anyway, 2 or 3 sentences is taken in by almost everybody. Why? Well, we've asked 1,000+ test readers that question over the years. Most common answers, number 1, by far, was a version of it was so short and had nothing around it on the page, it was almost impossible not to read. Very good point. A distant number 2, I was a bit curious to see who the author chose. And number 3, about tied with number 2, I have no idea why I read it. Interestingly, regardless of the reason for reading the dedication, very few remember to whom the book was dedicated or why not long after seeing it. That's because, quite bluntly, most dedications seem pretty much the same, or maybe more accurately, they're exactly what you would expect. Nothing stands out, nothing surprises, or delights, or evokes emotion, or even makes the reader think. Huge, I repeat, huge wasted opportunity. When you write nonfiction, you're trying to educate, to inform, to entertain. It's so much easier to do those things effectively if the reader feels a connection to you, if you seem real, if you seem likable. For heaven's sakes, the reader's about to spend hours with you. It's a relationship. It really is. Make a good and memorable first impression. Intrigue the reader. Pull him or her in a bit. It really doesn't take much thought to do this, but it can make a huge difference. A lot of fiction writers have written wonderfully distinct dedications. Maybe on average, fiction writers are a bit more creative, on average. But few nonfiction writers seem to. That said, we have seen some great ones. A fellow sent us a manuscript years ago on surviving abuse. His dedication, to me when I was a little boy. You were repeatedly knocked down, literally by your father, figuratively by life. But you kept getting up, and for that I owe you everything. Wow, that's truly powerful. 2 sentences and I'm already emotionally invested in the book. On the lighter side, a guy once set us galleys and said, dedicated to my 2 fabulous wives, I pray you never meet. Come on, you're telling me you wouldn't be excited about reading on? Give the dedication page more thought. You'll be glad you did.